Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 here on, I think this is this Plunder Isle? Yeah, Last Refuge was game 1, Plunder Isle is game 2, and game 1, I just gotta say, I was a bit surprised that ZhouXiXi let that game get away from him. He had a clear advantage going into the mid game and even into the late game. He was still in a very, very good spot. However, losing a Beastmaster, giving that experience, not using Staff of Preservation, very, very basic things that players are meant to execute, he did not do. So that now begs the question, what are we going to be seeing here in game number 2 as ZhouXiXi is now going for a Warden? All right. Warden first, a very, very different strategy than what we saw in game number 1, where we saw the Beastmaster. And what is good about the Warden is that the Warden can easily go footman hunting. That is one of the greatest strengths of the Warden, that the Warden can get to level 5 and level 6 very, very quickly, on the back of taking down just off units. Now the Warden could also even go for a blink fan of knives and attempt to take down the town hall, or all of these peasants at the town hall, if they're not careful. Let's see what's going to be happening here, as I need to take something off my foot, as we see the militia clearing has been done. Wisp now wandering by here, Archmage getting in some easy shots. And one thing I did have to mention is, are we going to see a detonation? Are we going to see a detonation? Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. All right, there's the detonation. No detonation on the Archmage, though. A bit of a surprise there, as we're looking at the Warden still creeping out this creep camp here. So far, the Warden has not used any mana. No idea what she is up to in terms of strategy and plans, as a footman now making its way back down over here. And we'll see where he's going to be going next. Transitioning nicely, though, now getting a good surround on this Ogre Magi creep camp. Looks like he will be a little bit shy of level 3, I believe. Yeah, just a bit shy. Gonna be, what, 57 experience shy there. Nothing that two footmen could do it, or 2 archers maybe can do it in terms of experience, as we now see a Tree of Life also coming in as well. ZhouXiXi has been playing the same strategy every time here, really going for an fast expansion as well. This dual Ancient of War strategy that we saw from ZhouXiXi allows him to creep out this creep camp relatively quickly, and now we are going to be going into a very, very aggressive style here. All right, are we going to see, oh, there's a Shadow Strike onto a footman. Is the footman now going to fall? It looks like he will in fact fall. That Warden is now caught in between a very, very bad spot, and the Archmage does not have Dust of Appearance. All right, that Warden still in a very good spot there. The Ancient of War can really rack up that damage. You got to be extremely careful, as the Archer does fall. All right, in comes the Warden. The Warden is back. There is a Shadow Strike, now being forced to try and hide. Gonna go ahead and Shadow Melt down over here, but the Merchant Shop is extremely close, and that is a bit of an issue. I do not believe the Warden really meant to try and Shadow Strike the Water Elemental. That's 75 or 65 or 75 mana now, wasted pretty much needlessly, as the Warden now trying to get to level 3. Once the Warden gets to level 3 and that Shadow Strike does significantly more damage, these footmen are not going to really survive. Even if they use Defend, all that's going to do is allow the Warden to catch up and take down those units even more quickly. All right, let's see what's going to be happening next. There is that Wisp. Is that Wisp going to be able to make it? Are we going to see a detonation? No detonation, as we now see one footman getting taken down there. The Warden still absorbing a whole bunch of damage. You can see that the archers are just absolutely tearing through the footman. There goes another footman right there. He is going to fall, as the Archer is going to be able to... is the Archer going to be able to make it? Oh, the Archer is not going to be able to make it, as the Archmage overruns just a bit. Another footman going to fall here. And what is happening? Archmage sitting at level 3. Warden sitting at level 3. Going to attempt to take down another Water Elemental. There it... Oh, I don't think that was... Did he gain experience? I think so. Yeah, maybe just a little. It didn't really look like it. Maybe the timed life The Warden was just like brushing up against that Water Elemental for quite some time. Hunter's Hall now being placed down. Let's take a look at this, as the Water Elemental is most likely just going to annoy the Hunter's Hall, not really be able to take it down. A Shadow Strike even being used to make sure that he does not lose that time. Oh, that is very, very close. There it goes, as the Warden now may need a bit more mana, down to 107. All right, Archers attempting to take down a Footman, and this is interesting because the Archers are getting free damage onto a Footman, and all that's really happening is that that Tree of Life is just going to have a little bit less life by the time it is completed. On the top right-hand side, though, Th000 has saved 2 Footmen, does have a Town Hall up, and is establishing that Arcane Vault while setting up to keep. Very, very far along. Tree of Ages, however, now coming into play by ZhouXiXi. This Tree of Life is a little bit worse for wear, but nothing that he really needs to be concerned about. Meanwhile, the Archers still getting in some easy damage onto that Archmage, and in comes the Warden. All right, Shadow Strike onto the Archmage. Archmage going to be taking a lot of damage here. This is going to hurt. That Archmage trying to stutter step his way across. It looks like it is going to work. There is the Scroll of Town Portal. However, one Footman going to get taken down. Another Footman may not get taken down. Wait, oh, he's Town Portal down over here. Yeah, that Footman, is it going to get taken out? Let's see, 33 hit points. No. Not taken down there. Gonna go ahead and Scroll of Regeneration as the Tree of Life once more gets completed. All right, Water Elemental going into an engagement here. Archer is just pummeling that Water Elemental with arrows, and as long as that doesn't give the Warden an extra level, that was a smart play. Warden now sitting at level 3, but dangerously close to level 4. All right, Wisp now caught a bit out of position. Is this Wisp going to detonate in time? Oh, yes, it does, denying that experience. Meanwhile, back over here again, the Warden is back and gonna go after some easy units. All right, there goes the Footman. Oh, level 4 now on the Warden. Go after the Water Elemental now. Gonna go ahead and just pummel. There's a huge fan of knives, and that was a level 1 fan of knives, I believe. And the Archers are gonna fall, but the Footmen are gonna be falling as well as the Archers. Wow, that's gonna be an easy shot there. Come on, Footman, get out of the way. This Warden wants or smells blood, and this Footman is, well, carrying it. Let's see what's going to be happening next. Mountain King may come back in with the Stormbolt. There it goes, as the Warden, without Blink and without mana, unable to dodge that Stormbolt. ZhouXiXi now in serious trouble. Does not have this backup hero. Is behind in terms of supply. Is behind in terms of economy. Things are just not looking good for him at all, as we are now moving into the mid-game. If ZhouXiXi loses this game, he has only himself to blame for falling behind so far in this matchup, since game 1 was definitely winnable. Warden now making his way, no, not chasing after the Archmage. Meanwhile, back over here, Dryads coming away. Oh, Abolish Magic not used. The Dryads still have plenty, as Huntresses are now being gathered. If the Warden can somehow get to level 6, that could be enough. The ZhouXiXi needs to change up the game plan. He needs to know that the Warden strategy, the solo Warden strategy, is now pretty much the only way to go, as the Warden now sits at level 4. Archmage sitting at level 3, Mountain King sitting at level 1, Spellbreakers are all here, Null Assassins without mana, so those Spellbreakers will not be doing any additional feedback damage. Ancient of War is in front. Warden may get to level 5, and as long as the Warden has a good amount of mana, which is relatively easy for a Warden to maintain with Clarity Potions and Moonwells, then the Warden is going to be a severe double threat. The Warden has higher base damage than the Archmage, and has a somewhat comparable picking off ability as the Mountain King. All right, Warden now 11 experience shy. Quickly sell the Wand of Mana Stealing. What is he gonna purchase instead? Not purchasing anything, and this is a bit of a surprise. What is the Warden really hoping to do here? All right, Staff of Teleportation. Where is it going to go? Oh, down over here. Going to try and go after some of these units. Tree of Life And there's a Fan of Knives, and level 5 now on that Warden. The level 5 Warden gonna be a definite problem. Is the poor Footman gonna get taken out? Yes, it will. The Warden now at level 5, if it can get to level 6, does breathe a breath of hope into this army. All right, Spellbreaker now caught in the slow poison trap, which is the Dryad. That Spellbreaker pretty much going to be caught out of position. We may even see a Stormbolt, but that is not a good call at all, as all that would do is waste mana on that very low mana Mountain King. Tree of Eternity, bears now being added. You can see an Archmage and a Water Elemental now coming back over here. All right, Warden sitting at level 5. Is the Warden going to be able to catch up? Let's take a look at this. Oh, beautiful padding coming in, and the Mountain King is in serious trouble. All right, in comes some Mortar teams as well. The Mountain King may get taken down here, and some beautiful padding. The Warden looks like it's going to get the man she wants and takes him down. All right, are we going to see a Staff of Teleportation? That is the next question. Bear is now down over here. Druids of the Claw, they are at Mastery training already. No additional Moonwells. We're seeing a 39/40 supply. That is a bit of a surprise, as we are looking at Cannon Towers, Guard Tower, and Arcane Tower. The full trifecta coming in from the human tower side. All right, Warden, is it going to be able to chase after those units? No, it will not. Moonwells are rather full. Abolish Magic, I believe, were used. The Warden is now getting very close to level 6, and this is going to be close. The Warden currently behind in terms of, well, everything except hero level. Hero level and tech, excuse me. Tree of Eternity. So we are at tier 3 compared to tier 2. But, oh, here is the engagement. Mortar teams now trying to engage. There goes one. You cannot engage where there are towers right now. Those towers add an additional 7 to 10 supply between the Arcane Tower, the Cannon Tower, and that Guard Tower. Do not attempt to engage there. That is a fool's mission, as ZhouXiXi just going to circumnavigate around that position. All right. The natural expansion actually more bear than the counter expansion, as Th000 now expanding in front of his opponent's base. All right, are we going to see a Fan of Knives? Yes, anti-magic shell. Beautiful, beautiful use there, as another Fan of Knives should be able to take down many of those units. Level 6 now on the Warden. Does she have a Potion of Mana? Yes, she does. Use the Potion of Mana and bring out the Avatar of Vengeance. With so many dead militia here, that is actually the perfect unit here to try and engage. Avatar of Vengeance, however, getting very, very much focus fired in a really bad spot. And ZhouXiXi, because she summoned the Avatar of Vengeance in the wrong location, is going to end up losing the game, falling behind 2-0, even though he has the higher score. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 2. Please stay tuned for Game number 3.